Hello, on this video, I'm going to talk about C# console.readline and console.read. So let's start with the read line. I'm going to start by just displaying a query here to get the name. And I'm going to use write because I want the cursor to stay in the same line here after this gets printed. So now I'm going to get the string name and then I'm going to read from the console. And I'm going to read the entire read line. And then finally, I'm going to display the name so we have a confirmation of the value that we entered here. So I'm going to run this program. I'm going to put here Bob, and then it reads the line. Now, if I run the program again and I enter Bob is a cool person who lives in Seattle. The read line, we read the entire thing, not only one word, not only one string, but the entire line. So that's why the read line reads the entire thing. Now let's take a look on the read instead of read line. Right when I change from read line to read, it displays a red squiggly here, which says there's a problem, cannot convert int into string. So that means the read console returns a integer, but it's a special integer. So instead of putting string here, I'm going to put integer. So let's run this program to see what's going on here. So even if I enter a lot of things here, it will return 97. Now, why 97? Why did it return 97 instead of returning only the letter A? Well, this is because this function here, the read, returns the character as integer in ASCII value. So let's take a look on the ASCII table then. So here's an ASCII table. And if you look at the decimal 97, the decimal 97 is actually the character A. So when I go back to the code, I type a long string, but it reads only the first character, and the first character is letter A, and return the ASCII representation of that character. So that's why it gave me 97. So if I run this again, but this time I pass a different value. Let's say I pass a capital S. So capital S should be 83. So back to my code. If I pass capital S, then it gives me the 83. So the read function returns the character as an integer based on its ASCII value. And if you want to know what the ASCII value is, just search the internet for ASCII table and it tells you what those are. So if I do not need the ASCII value, so what I can do right here is to typecast that into a char. So if I just put char here, then I'm gonna typecast this value into a character, and then it's gonna work. So I'm gonna run again, and I'm gonna type letter W, press enter, and then it prints W for me here again. So the whole point of ReadLine is that it reads the entire line regardless of what's in there. And the read reads only one character, but remember, it will return it as an integer. And then it's your responsibility to get the integer and then convert that to whatever you want. In my case here, a character. All right, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.